So these are going to be the same as last time. I am going to go over a few things that I have. I have 3 topics that I pretty much need to warn y'all about because there's some crap that's going down right now in the US, obviously. And I want to make sure everybody is prepared as I am, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what this channel is about. It's about being an American, it's about being a patriot, it's about being prepared for anything. So, 3 topics, and then I'm going to field questions here. Let me make sure I have this chat up so I don't miss anything this time, because last time, this is still a learning process for me. All right. And I want to say thank you to everybody in advance for the super chats. I'm going to get to all of those once I'm done talking, and I'm going to answer everybody's questions. So, first things first, I'm going to get kind of serious here because this is really important, and families and the future of America really depends on everybody kind of understanding this. So, first things first is there are tons of reports that there are armed patriot rallies all over the nation this week. And a lot of them were most likely created by Antifa. I covered that in my last video. There was, and you can just kind of tell that just from the verbiage on some of these flyers, you can see that it was Antifa. But hang on one sec. Let me get this pinned comment. Unpin it. Okay, cool. Okay, so a couple of months ago, I talked about militias and basically just armed protests. And I've talked about how I know some of you may think it's cool to put that stuff on social media, and some of you may think it's cool to show that you're a 3%er or whatever group that you're in, or even if it's a few of your buddies. But now I really want you to understand, after this DC rally, the FBI and the CIA is watching social media like hawks. And most likely, if you have put something on social media, this is not a joke, if you have put something on social media about the DC stuff, about attending an armed protest, about attending any sort of rally, I can guarantee you that you are now on a watch list. So the warning is that if you have done that, I recommend that you delete it right now. They're still going to have it, but at least they know that you are somewhat understanding that stuff just doesn't belong on the internet. I mean, just by principle, if you understand the basics of really the art of war, that stuff should be on pen and paper in your head. You don't need to have that on social media. You don't need to show off. You're not, nobody really cares at the end of the day. You need to make sure that you are protected and you're protecting your family, because at the end of the day, if you show up at one of these and you're on a watch list and something goes down, you're going to get arrested, and there goes, your kids are growing up without a dad, or your wife's without you, whatever it is. So all I'm saying is be smart and have tactics when you're doing this stuff. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Secondly, if these patriot rallies are real or whatever, and you show up, if you see a riot going on, do not participate. I've seen comments on my page, literally from my page, either they've switched over to the left, like guys that I used to think were patriots, guys who switched over to the left, or Antifa, who's just in here trying to mess with stuff. And people are saying, oh man, we should riot anyway because they're going to pin it on us anyway. No, that's not what we do. We don't riot, we don't destroy, we don't do any of that. We react, right? We react to what is going on. If the left picks up arms and starts destroying everything, we react. We don't start stuff. We don't destroy. We don't riot. So if you're one of those people on here right now who thinks, yeah, we're going to go out, riot, and destroy, and all this stuff, get the hell off of here. You don't belong here. Okay? I just want to be clear on that. Last point. I'm trying to get through this quick so I can get to a lot of the questions because I know there's a lot here. This is the biggest one. We, the patriots of America, we are being targeted. And it all started with the coronavirus and how it was used for political gain. We've all been screwed. Simple as that. And we can talk about all the different dynamics of what happened, but in reality, the biggest part of it is they used the coronavirus to use mail-in ballots, and they mailed frickin' 50 or however many to each household, and everybody just filled it out because then you can be eating Twinkies on your couch and fill out a ballot instead of actually having to go and put the work in and go wherever you need to vote. So that's how we got screwed. That's the main reason why. We can talk about conspiracies and all that stuff all day long, but at the end of the day, that's kind of how we got screwed. But we're being targeted, and the biggest way that we're being targeted is we are losing our freedom of speech. We're losing it. And I don't know if y'all seen this, but I think it's the owner or the CEO of Twitter. I'm going to get to all the super chats, people. Let me just finish talking here, and then I'll get to them. I don't know if y'all have seen the guy from Twitter, the owner or whatever, weird hippie-looking dude. He straight up said Donald Trump was the first guy we're removing from Twitter. But they're coming for a ton of people. So how do we combat this? How do we let them think that they're censoring us when we really have control over it? How do we do that? And really what it comes down to is we have to take the fashion out of social media. We have to take the drama out of social media, and we have to take out look what I posted on social media. And what I mean by that is they can only censor things that they can see. Okay? So if you look through their privacy policies and all this stuff, if someone is in danger or if somebody broke the law, they can go into your messages on pretty much any app. Otherwise, they usually can't. So they can censor what they can see. So posting on the timeline, all this stuff, for example, people who posted pictures of them standing at like Nancy Pelosi's desk or next to a statue, that was stupid. They all got arrested. Be smarter than that. What is that doing? What is that doing for your family, for America, and for yourself? Nothing. Nothing. Being a patriot is loving this nation, but it's also having tactics. It's also being smart. It's not reacting with emotion. It's reacting with logic. So, in terms of understanding censorship, they can only censor what they can see, which means that if you need to say somebody to something or say something to somebody, can't damn talk today, and you need to get something out there, create a group in messages and have a message thread with people. That way, they're not censoring us. That's the best way that we can combat this, because otherwise, if we continue to just straight up be like, no, I'm not going to be censored, I'm going to do all this stuff, guess what they're going to do to us? If this is your account, see you later. They're going to throw you out the window and not look back twice. I mean, look what they just did with Parler. That's a humongous company. They were the #1 app on the App Store. And they pretty much in a day was like, okay, you don't want to play by our rules? See ya. We have to be smarter. We have to use tactics against them. Otherwise, we're screwed. All right, y'all. Let me get back to some of these questions. Oh, I need to answer this one first. Yes, I've got a black eye. I really messed my face up. I was taking the dog for a run the other day, and we keep the garage door halfway down. It's one of those sliding steel doors, and wasn't paying attention, was looking at my phone, trying to do too many things at a time, and frickin' ran straight into a clothesline. But I'm happy I'm not a, what do you think that is? 1.5 inches shorter, or else that would have been my eyeball. But all right, guys, let me get some questions in here, and then I'll leave you to your Friday night here. Thanks, Ryan. I'm getting better at this, y'all. I'm trying to scroll through all these. Hang on. Let's talk. Okay, this is good. Let's talk about conspiracies for a second. The QAnon, or however they go by. Is my camera off? I just got a message that my camera's off. Oh, he's messing with me. Okay, thanks, buddy. So the QAnon people talking about the Insurrection Act and all this other stuff. It's fine to listen to that stuff, and it's fine to take it in and to be hopeful. But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic, and we have to just react to what comes to us. And what that means is that none of us know Trump's plan. Trump is, as loudmouth as he is, which I personally love about him, he is not going to tell you his plan. He's not going to tell any of us his plan. And he's got one. He's not just going to say, oh, okay, Biden, like, cool, man, come on in. Here's the Oval Office. Yeah, I'll take my doorknobs off and everything I put in here, and we'll go from there. He's not that guy. He's not. And if he is, he's fooled all of us, but he's not. So conspiracies are fine. Just don't let them consume you. Understand that they're conspiracy and not backed by facts for a reason, and that they may be true. Just don't let them consume you to where now you're just betting everything on this. Okay. No. Thanks, Cannon. No, I did not get into it with Antifa. I'm telling you, this is the hardest I've ever been hit in the face, though, and it was by myself. So I don't have anything to look forward to if Antifa gets to me. That's a good point. Thanks, Jason. So he was saying I need to have my own website. If they take me off of here, or my buddy Black Scout Survival, we've been talking about if we get shut down. I mean, we don't talk about anything that's absolutely, terrible to where they have to deplatform us. But I have a Patreon account, and then I have also another channel. They're both listed below. So follow those in case this one gets shut down. I don't foresee it happening, but if it does, it does. Nothing I can do about it. Let's see. All right, guys, let's get some questions going in here. Let's see. Okay, so if Antifa starts it and they go in and they do whatever, and then they step aside, and a whole bunch of patriots who were not thinking with logic and were thinking with emotions and thinking like, oh, okay, somebody started it, so I guess we're just doing it. It's that whole thing is Antifa's fault. Also, they were completely unprepared for this whole shenanigan in DC. There was not enough cops there, not even close. Did y'all see the gates when they broke through the gates? There was like 7 cops. Like, there was 30,000 people there, and there was 7 cops at that gate. Like, what are they gonna do? Even if they had a tank at that point and people wanted to come through, they're still getting through. Sure, they'll take some of them down, but it just didn't make sense. Okay. Let's see. So thanks, Ross. So if this does go down the way I've been hearing with the storm being upon us, what can we do to help POTUS/Trump? What should we do? I've always kind of said the same thing. You protect your homestead no matter what. I know we've got people from all types of life in here. You protect your homestead and you protect your family first. I mean, that's pretty much an American value in itself. But at the end of the day, like I've said, we need to think logically and not emotionally. If any decisions that you're making are emotional, 99% of the time, they're going to be wrong or not as well planned out as they could have been. So we just need to think logically. We need to listen to direction in terms of the correct people. If Trump is telling us to do something, then we do it. But that's a tough question because we don't know what Trump has planned. So thanks, Cannon. That's another thing. Your event coming up tomorrow. Have you had any threats? No, not really. I mean, nothing to be concerned about. Like I said, I'm pretty versed in intelligence, counterintelligence, and psyops, and I have people on the inside. So if there's anything really bad, we would know about it. But no, I mean, it's just people who want to do this all day and no game. Why do you believe that violence is not the answer when literally every single legal avenue of taking the country back is closed? What does violence do, Nick? I'm gonna call you out for a second. Thank you for the super chat, but it's not about money here. What do you think violence does? Like, are you a big man because you can like beat someone up? I mean, what point does that prove? Does it change the outcome? Does it ever change the outcome? No, it doesn't. We have to beat them from inside their brains. We have to go through different routes other than just, okay, we're going to show up with guns. Everybody knows we've got guns. Everybody knows we've got guns. The only time you need a gun is if you're hunting, you're shooting for sport, or if there's a damn war going on. Otherwise, you put it on the wall and you show it to women when they come over. Yeah, that's my big gun right there. All of you, everybody on here is like, no, we have to fight. You're watching too much Call of Duty. If the time comes where we need to react to something to where our homesteads are being threatened, sure. Otherwise, you're just going to put yourself in jail. You're going to put people who you're with in jail, and then your family's screwed. So think with logic, not emotion. Sorry, I had to go on a tangent there for a second because I'm sorry, but when you bring these emotional, oh man, I'm going to be a keyboard warrior and say we got to fight. That's what helps patriots make bad decisions. Thanks, Darren. Do you think Texas will push to secede? Man, I would love it if they did that. Oh, that would be great, especially if Biden does get in there. I don't know. There's so many liberals moving here that I just don't know. I mean, people are saying that Texas will be a liberal state in 5 years. I'm really hoping to God that is not true. But I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I hope if it comes down to it. Thanks, Duddy Buddy. Hope to meet you one day too, bro. Thank you. Thanks, Frank. All right, let me get to some more of these. I don't know why this is doing this. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Have you heard about the folks that went to the DC rally that are on lockdown in hotels? They can't leave? No, I did not hear about that. I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to leave unless the jails are just too packed and they're using a hotel room as a jail. Jameson, he said even if we won with violence, we would still lose. That's correct. For everyone who didn't understand what I said about the violence stuff, or you don't agree with it, I recommend that you buy the book Art of War and read it thoroughly, because the battle's won before it starts, before a bullet has left a gun, before tanks have shown up, any of that. And that's a lot of the stuff that it talks about, and that's a lot of the stuff that I pride myself on, is when you are at war in anything in your life, preparation and understanding your enemy is far more important than weaponry or any of that stuff. And no, I was never in the military. I just understand it very well because it's stuff that I've studied quite a bit. Okay. Nick, let's see. Oh, what's up, man? You asked, what does violence do? Violence was what our nation was founded on, what the French Republic was in the end founded on. Several nations are here today because of violence. No, that's not correct. It's because of the planning and the preparation and understanding the enemy that they did beforehand. The violence just solidifies it. Understand that. That's with anything in life. It's like mail-in voting versus going in and voting. You have to prepare your car. You have to make sure there's gas in it. You have to make sure that you're not going to be standing in a line for 2 hours. And then you vote. It's a formality. Everything is preparation and understanding the other side of it. It's not the actual action. Thanks, Jackie. DC is on full lockdown now. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I think they have 20,000 troops there now. I mean, I saw pictures of them just like laying around. Crazy. Let's see. Mopar, thanks, man. With the schools teaching that our historical people were bad and canceling history, how many of the next generation do you think will believe that garbage? That's up to us. It's up to us on how we parent. I don't have kids. I plan on having them someday, God willing. But it's how we parent, and it's the example that we set for the younger generation. And it's kind of funny. We talk about censorship, but once I have kids, I am going to censor the hell out of them. They're not allowed to watch news. They're barely allowed on any social media crap unless it's like a nonpartisan website. Because that stuff, it's poison. It's poison. All right, let's see. Heard you got drunk and fell off your horse. That would have been a better story. Like I said in my last video, I should have came up with a better story, but I'm just going to own it. My dad says hi from Bastrop, Texas. Sir, what's going on? Bastrop in the house. Love Bastrop. Will, we need to fight politically. Everyone get active, especially at local and state level. Strong state leadership is key. Exactly. We need to make phone calls to people who are in power positions. And like I said, we need to have better tactics in terms of how we are in social media, in terms of really how we operate as a whole, in terms of the patriot nation here, because they're trying to destroy us. Let's see. I think I'm doing better with these super chats. Nick, again, so violence isn't the answer. What is? We cannot beat the establishment in a game where they set the rules and they themselves don't play by them. That's a good point, but like I said, I don't even think violence is the correct word for it. I think just taking action would probably be the word. And like I said, if you don't have them figured out before you, for example, like if it's a war between China and the US, if the US doesn't have a plan of attack or they don't have them figured out, there's no point in going to fight, because China probably knows more and they probably have a plan. So until there's a plan in action with anything and understanding the other side, there's always a way to do it to where there's no destruction and all that stuff, but it's harder to do. And like I said, y'all, if somebody comes to my land, I'm the first one to defend it. If somebody comes and tries to hurt somebody that I love and that are important to me, or just another like-minded individual, yeah, I'm standing in front of them. That's just who I am and who I was raised to be. But at the same time, I do not believe in destroying the land that we have pride in just because we think there's no other answer. The left did it to us, we can do it to them. Believe that. Believe it. Okay. What's up, Tumble, Texas? Man, we have people coming from way out of state for this event. I'm really excited. Okay, let's get some more questions here. You're right, Odin. All lives do matter. Thank you. Do you really think Joe Biden is Pelosi in disguise? No, but I think Pelosi has like a few like copies that show up for her when she feels like she's in danger or whatever. Yeah, for sure. There's a couple of pictures where you can see the eyes are totally different on these two pictures. Kentucky Lives Matter. Dude, I love Knob Creek. I love that shooting range. That place is awesome. All right. New social media coming soon. Okay. All right, guys, let's get some more questions in here. We got about 15 more minutes. Frank, thank you, my friend. Take care, man. Appreciate you as well. Thanks, Jennifer. Paul, I'm thinking about moving to Texas. Where do you recommend and where do I want to avoid? One, if you're a liberal, I doubt you are because you're on this channel, but if you are, please don't come. If you're conservative, we obviously need you because there are so many liberals moving here that we need to offset it. I mean, that's really where we're at in Texas right now. So it really just depends on what you're about. If you're a good old country boy like me, I'd say, find somewhere around Fort Worth or around San Antonio. Stay away from Austin. Outskirts of Austin are decent, like Bastrop, Smithville, Elgin. But there's a lot of places, just a small town, but you can do reconnaissance on it and check what kind of place it is. How long do you think before Kamala takes over as president? Realistically, I give it 5 months. If not, I mean, if y'all have been listening to Biden talk about like his plan, who the hell is out there, man? Hang on one sec, y'all. There's just a blue car sitting out there. Drive off. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Kamala, yeah, 5 months, 6 months. I don't know. Let's see. All right, guys. Antifa would be really dumb showing up here. I'm just on extra alert here just because we're having this event tomorrow and there's some crazy people out there. All right, guys, let's get some more questions. I'll do it for another 10 more minutes here, and then we'll roll it. I think you just did a burnout in the driveway. Stupid. Thanks, Bobby. All right, y'all, let's see. Just wanted to know that you were instrumental in making this former liberal now a proud conservative. Hell yeah, that is what this is about. That's pretty much the reason why I started about talking about this stuff. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Did violence help Nazi Germany win World War II? They committed a lot of violence. That's a good point. Gabriel, what's up? When they start door to door taking guns, shouldn't we all act? Shouldn't we join together? I'm curious because it's a high possibility it's going to happen. Honestly, I don't think it'll get to that point. I mean, Obama wanted to take guns away for I don't know how long he was in there for. He's a total joke. But if it comes down to that, probably won't go well. Isn't the Second Amendment that the forefathers gave us the right to escort the tyranny government out of office and tell them they are fired? Yeah, it is. Do you think the Insurrection Act was signed? I don't know. I mean, all I can say is that if any of the troops that are in the US right now are actual troops and not National Guard, it would have had to have been signed because otherwise they just can't do it. But at the same token, I'm pretty sure it's in the Constitution that if Trump signed an insurrection act, he has to let the people know that he did beforehand, and none of that's come out. So I don't know. Just wonder. Not answering that. Thanks though, Mark. If not now, to use 2A, what is the situating in which you would feel it would be needed? Like I said, if you have to defend your homestead, or if it just totally kicks off in the US and it becomes a full-on war. Yeah. I love when I get the comments from like Antifa and all these people. I actually had a person email Invader Coffee the other day, not even to me. They emailed Invader Coffee and said that they reported me for inciting violence. Really, really dumb. But just to be clear with everyone, like I've said, there's a way to beat your enemy through preparation and through psychological warfare. The action or the actual form of doing it is a formality at that point. What event is tomorrow? We're having an event at Invader Coffee. We're doing a meetup and a whole bunch of stuff. Contests, games. We're giving away about $3,000 worth of cash and prizes and all that. Thanks, Rixie. Hi, Heavy Duty. I'm upset about Trump losing. Is there anything we can do or him to overturn this election and keep America safe? Trump is going to do whatever he needs to do. Like I've said in a past video, it doesn't matter if he has 80 million supporters or one. If he wants to make a move, he will. At that point, if he does, all we can do is support him. But in terms of keeping America safe, start with your family, start with the people that you care about, start with like-minded individuals, and then you just continue to add people to that until we're all together. Okay. Yeah, I do. We are in a fight. We are in a revolution. You're right. We are. I do want to say this though. I've had a decent amount of people say Trump's turned our back on us and all this stuff. You're fair weather. As soon as a little thing tests your loyalty. I mean, do y'all think that he's the tooth fairy? That he can just go like this and everything is just cool? Like I said, if you think that Trump has turned his back on us or any of that crap, you don't understand. You don't understand anything that has happened this year. Nicholas Brown, the U.S. military can take over government until April. This is never talked about. I like the way that sounds. I'd have to look up the validity of, I'm not saying you're lying or anything. It's just there's so many conspiracies out there. But yeah, I mean, if that's true, that'd be pretty badass. Okay, CAC 777, thank you. Coworker, son in Marines, active duty, left this morning. Not sure if going to California or Texas border. Solid. Maybe he did sign the Insurrection Act. God bless you too, sir. Alabama in the house. It's funny. Thank you, Rambling Rattlesnake. So we actually had a guy come into the Invader shop today. He was actually in the Canadian Armed Forces. And so we started talking. And I straight up asked him, because there's been all of these rumors about China being in Canada training. And he pretty much straight up said, yeah, they've been training up there. So do you think there will be a civil war with China? That's the question. I don't know. At this point, the way I keep saying this, the way 2020 has went and the way that 2021 has started, literally, if aliens came to the US right now and started, taking all of our frosted flakes away, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. I think I talk too much with my hands. I really wouldn't. All right, let's see. Our country should be in constant prayer. Amen. Thank you, Gabriel. All right, guys, we'll do a few more minutes and then I'll leave you to your Friday. David, violence should be used as the last resource. Let them throw the first punch. We need more conservative to take control of our schools at big tech. We are going to win this by convincing and persuading. Thank you, sir. I couldn't have said it better myself. I was taught as a young kid to never throw the first punch. You let somebody make a mistake and then you let them pay for it. So that's pretty much what he just said, is it should be used as a last resource. So thank you, David. That was a badass comment. Let's see. What's up, Australia? Steven. Australia, mate. I got to work on that. Can we just make up a nursing home room to look like the Oval Office and put Biden in there? I don't think he'd know the difference. Yeah, I mean, if he's not on his medication, it all depends if he's taking his medication or not. I mean, you can tell the days that he is and isn't, because some days he's sitting there and he's talking during his press conference or whatever, and he's on it. Like, he's on it. But then some days he's like, yeah, the chicken was on the fence and Kamala went over there and what? I mean, he's all over the place. So yeah, I think a nursing home would fit him well. First undisputed election. I have heard about some woman getting arrested in Texas or something about messing with votes or something. I mean, that's good news. But I think Shepard's. Is it true about Black Rifle? Oh boy. Yeah, it's true. It's true. What do you think? What do you think will kick off in the U.S.? Or when or how? I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to start. If it does start, I think it'll start at a super small level. But I know. Like I said, I know we have a lot of walks of life in this, and some people are from the city, some people live, in Timbuktu. But I know for a fact that they would never come to rural areas of anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's California, Texas, Florida, New York, anywhere. They're not coming. They would be extremely stupid to do so. So I don't know. I mean, if they want to sit and destroy cities, I'm not gonna stop them. I'm not. I mean, that's their backyard. If they want to destroy their government housing and the places where they get their food and all that stuff, then that's on them. But if they come to the rural areas, we're going to defend. I mean, we're going to defend what is ours and what we have prided. So, okay. Oh man, Nicholas Brown. Okay, that loser in DC with zip ties had a Black Rifle coffee hat on. So it's a real Trump supporter. Oh yeah, must have been Antifa with a Black Rifle Coffee Company hat on. That's hilarious. Oh man, somebody send me that picture, please, on Instagram or something. That is funny. I did not know about that. Uh, why do I think the conservative twins support Black Rifle Coffee? They want to get rich. Why is Trump pushing the vaccine? That's a really good question. So I think what people need to understand is that when you're in a political environment, sometimes you have to do things that don't seem like you are aligned with your values and all that stuff, but it's kind of so chaos doesn't erupt. I mean, it's really controlling that because I mean, to me, the whole thing was super dumb because now Biden's criticizing it again. I mean, they can't be happy. There's no vaccine. We screwed up the vaccine. We screwed up the masks. We screwed up how long we were locked down, or we didn't start it quick enough. And now the vaccine's crap, or whatever they're saying about that. I mean, you just can't win. You can't win. So that blue car still there? No, they cruised off. Maybe they went to go get a beer. That was probably the better option instead of staying. Um, there's rumors that bank accounts are being frozen and communications are going down soon. Yeah, there's rumors. There's rumors about a lot of stuff. Like I've said in the past videos, make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have cash. Make sure you have food and water for your family, your medications, gas or diesel, enough to where you can get out of, um, yeah, Dodge. All right, y'all. Two more questions. You honor not only yourself and family, you honor You honor us with your honesty. Hey, thank you, Sheila. I appreciate that. Did I pull all of my money out? No. I mean, at that point, you're worried about another issue. If stuff kicks off, then you're worried about getting robbed. When do you think the country will open back up once Trump is gone? I don't think the country will open back up. I think they have a plan to shut down the country and then make Kamala president and then turn America into a socialist country where we all share our land and we all have free everything and we all pay pretty much 90% of our income in taxes. So, something to look forward to, right? Okay, one more. I always do this. I say one more question and then I don't. Thanks, Shepherds. Stay safe. Thanks, Frank. I really don't know how this thing works. I'm really struggling with it. One more question. Let's see it. Trying to find a good one here. Do I believe in Jesus? Good question. Yes, I am a Christian through and through. Just had to get that one out of the way. One more. It's good because my computer is almost dead. Did you see the videos of cops letting people into the Capitol? Yeah, I mean, there's two ways to look at that. One would be they were in on something. Two would be they knew that they were totally outmanned. I mean, you saw the video. You saw how many people were there and how many cops there were. There was like 6 or 7. So they may have just made a tactical decision to say, okay, like we're totally outmanned, which to me is still, I mean, you got to do your job, but. Okay. All right, everyone. Hey, I really appreciate all of you. Like I've said before, I consider this one big family, and we're consistently having new people join every day. If something that I say is not along the lines of your belief, like that one person said, kind of in the middle of this, where they said, well, you switched me over from a liberal to a conservative. All I ask is that you listen with logic. Say the same thing to everyone. Erase emotion. The more you can erase emotion and start with logic, the better off you will be for your family, for yourself, for everyone around you. So anyways, for those of you who are coming tomorrow, I'm super excited. Y'all will be able to see my black eye in person. And it's going to be a really fun day. Otherwise, I appreciate all of you and hope you all have a great and safe weekend.